So Deshaun Watson has made headlines for yet another lawsuit. Watson is accused of sexual assault and battery and intentional infliction of emotional distress by Jane Doe. The two of them met in October of 2020. So according to this lawsuit, Rodney, they met at her apartment prior to a dinner date, and Doe is alleging that after she finished getting ready, she found Watson naked on her bed, lying face down on his stomach. Watson then asked for a groin and thigh massage, which led to her being assaulted. No formal criminal charges have been filed, and the NFL has opened up an investigation. But Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski says that Watson is still slated to start Sunday against Jacksonville. What was your reaction to another lawsuit for Deshaun Watson, Rodney?
Yeah, bro got a kink, man. I don't really understand what's up with bro. And I'm not somebody who likes to convict people in the court of public opinion, but because there's now like a laundry list of a CVS receipt level length of accusations about Deshaun Watson, I have to give much credence to this particular accusation. For the Browns organization, they have to be kind of thrilled that he's such a horn dog, because now they're going to have an opportunity to void his contract. If he is suspended, his contract, which is bloated and he's been underperforming woefully, gives the Browns a unique opportunity to wiggle about of this situation and perhaps reset their organization with a quarterback that actually has some skill and talent. I don't know what the hell happened to the Deshaun Watson from 4 or 5 years ago, but he is not the same guy anymore. And so, his horniness may be the Browns' game.
It is scary, though, to think about that kink that you just talked about, because obviously, I watch a lot of like documentaries and serial killer type stuff. And there's a lot of weirdness out here. Like, people are weird. They get off on weird stuff. And I think for him, it may be like catching people by surprise, like the shock of, oh, I'm just gonna, like, I need you to touch me, but not really touch me. Like, it's just, and these women are obviously not lying because it's very similar. I think for me, it's the Browns fans that have embraced what he's been accused of. I don't like that. Like, I don't know if you saw like some of the tailgate stuff that was out there, but they are really loving it. They're making a joke out of what he's been accused of. And I didn't like that part of it. I think that was very distasteful to me.
Yeah, I'm not one to kink shame, but when your kink infringes upon other people's ability to be comfortable in their own skin, then I gotta call you out for your kink. I wish Deshaun Watson would just go pay the $80 at the little, rub and tug spot. I don't get why he don't. You got so much money. It's such.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I think it's the surprise, because when you go to the happy ending place,
but there are people you can pay,
right? But that's what you're getting.
But he can have like a fantasy situation. He has enough money to create fantasy situations. There are people with high level kinks. But what I'm saying is, right, like, there are people who will lean into your fantasy of wanting to be surprised. Like, there are people who have sexual situations where they desire to be forcibly put into a sexual situation, but they have a conversation about it prior, and it leads in without, people feeling like they actually have been essayed, rather. But there are people who lean into your kinks. You have enough money to compensate, a thespian to lean in and be like, oh, Deshaun, put that away. Like, you can pay somebody to do that.
But in the back of his mind, though, he still what if he did do that and that wasn't enough for him? That's why I'm like, all of these stories that we keep hearing from the women that are accusing him of these things, it's the surprise, it's the shock, it's the turn around and he naked. Like, that's what he like. It's the pure shock in the women's face, I feel like, that he gets off on.
The others were professional,
right? But
so he was already nude.
Well, but I'm saying, they came in to work. They came in as professionals. They're massaging him, and then he's making them do a sexual act. That would probably be, that's shocking. Like, I came here to work, sir, not whatever you want us to do. So that's what I don't think he knows. Shocking.
Now, this allegation is alleged to have taken place back in 2020, I believe. So this is not something new that has happened. This is something from his past. You know, hopefully he's learned from his previous situations and understands that this behavior is abhorrent. So I do want to acknowledge that, you know, this is, and for further context, I believe that he invited her out to dinner and she rejected his offer to be out in public and have dinner. And so they were going to have dinner at her home. I believe she was going to prepare the meal. She wasn't quite ready, went into the bathroom to get her makeup done or whatever, and you know that's when she came out and she saw him booty ball naked. So you know maybe he thought the invitation to not be out at a public restaurant and just to be inside, you know, and I'm not justifying it by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe he just doesn't understand how to read the room back in 2020. Maybe in 2024 he does, because again, this is not a new accusation. It's just coming out to light now. So I don't know, man. You're a freak of leak. You're a freak of leak.
I hope so, because he's been in a long-term relationship, and prayers for her. Prayers.
Yeah.
So
he has denied these allegations as well. We need to go on record and let people know that he has denied everything about this accusation. So we will watch the process play out in real time and come to a final conclusion once all is resolved. So y'all let us know your thoughts about Deshaun Watson. Is this newest allegation something that will cost him his NFL career, or is this something else that will be swept under the rug and he can keep on playing terribly for the Cleveland Browns?